Amir Bousani, CEO of RGo Robotics. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Daniel, it's great to be here with you today.
It's great to speak to you again. We're going to be talking about the field of automated mobile robots. I think you call them AMRs for short, which is good. There's been a lot of advancements, right, recently around the field and in the field of AMR, in particular, thanks to emerging AI algorithms. And I understand that RGo has some pretty unique capabilities in the areas of camera-based perception systems. So maybe start out by telling us more about RGo and the challenges that the industry is facing today.
Sure. So I think we all understand the benefit that we can all have by having more robots and more automation. Having machines doing our dull or dirty work is like what everyone wants.
Absolutely.
The challenge there today is mostly just making these machines smarter. I mean, my kids think that robots are brilliant and that they can do everything, but in reality, it's usually the Roomba that you see, cleaning your floors. It's not that smart yet, and that's really the challenge that we're addressing. So we focus on making robots smarter by providing them with human-level visual perception. So in a way, we enable machines to see and to understand the world around them to the level that they can operate autonomously and intelligently, even in very dynamic and like the type of environments that we operate in, where there are obstacles, where there are humans, where there are other machines. So really enabling robots to see.
That's amazing. And if we look at where the industry has been held back right now, where do you think that is? What are the challenges there?
So if you look today at most of the deployments in robots, most of them are in industrial automation and usually in very structured environments. So when thinking about robots, you think about this, automotive manufacturing line that was designed exactly for the robots, and the robots have very specific mission going from point A to point B over a very specific path. So these kind of problems are already solved well today with the current technology. The challenge is when you're trying to deploy robots in more dynamic and more challenging environments. I mean, not all manufacturing lines look like the Tesla manufacturing line. And, like if you look at the food industry, it's dirty. There are many things moving there, people moving around, cars, a lot of boxes. So it's a much more challenging environment. The challenge today is to enable robotics and automation in a wider scope of applications, taking that from the about 1% that is currently automated to, getting the 99 other percent automated.
Okay, so it does sound like a big challenge, and I know though that to help you overcome that challenge, you have added A-PHY connectivity capabilities, MIPI A-PHY capabilities to your platform using the Valens VA7000 chipsets. And for those who don't know, A-PHY is basically a standardized connectivity solution for extending CSI2 camera serial interface over greater distances. What value is that bringing you, and how can system designers like RGo actually benefit from this addition?
Maybe 2 words of background before we dive to the actual solution. So we understand that smart robots will need cameras. It's kind of the same transition that happened in automotive when there are more and more cameras in every car that you see today. So the need to integrate cameras is clear. The challenge is to connect all these cameras to a central processing unit. The standard interface for cameras today is MIPI interface, which is great. It's very common and it was actually driven by the phone industry. But that interface is for very short range, typically about 20 centimeters. So it's great for connecting one camera very close to a processing unit. But what if you want to have 2, 4, 8 cameras in your device? What if you need to connect them over longer distances? I mean, imagine a forklift that needs one camera in the front, one camera in the back, maybe another one on the side, one beneath the forks. Connecting all these cameras together to a centralized compute unit requires a different interface. Now, current solutions could use Ethernet connectivity, USB, or other standard. These are much less reliable to what is needed and also very expensive. Mm-hmm. So the Valens solution that enables us to connect a camera over MIPI interface over long distances basically enabling us to take a camera from 20 centimeters away from the processor all the way to 10 meters, right? With all the routing that is needed is amazing. On top of that, the ability to cope with all the magnetic interference, all the noise that is very common in these types of machines over a very simple and low-cost cable really enables connecting more cameras and making the machine smarter.
Amazing, amazing. And I think also, do you rely on GPS signaling in order to geolocate the robots themselves?
Yeah, so in outdoor applications, obviously GPS is an important part of that. Using GPS antennas is an important part of the system. And all these different antennas and RF signals, they generate additional electromagnetic interference. And that could significantly impact the quality of images. And therefore, the ability to have a solution like the solution from Valens that enables coping with high electromagnetic interference while keeping the signal quality at the required level is really a game changer for these platforms.
Great to hear. Good to hear. And I mean, we started off talking about AMRs, these automated mobile robots. You mentioned forklifts, of course. I presume that's another big area for this kind of technology to play. Are there any other use cases you can think of where you can see your platform being applicable?
Wow, it's endless. I mean, ideally, we want to automate every machine. It could be starting from a vacuum cleaner, but all the way to forklifts, construction machines, excavators, trucks, tractors, right? Agriculture is huge in these aspects. And especially these big machines, they are very sensitive to cabling and routing. And since they are big, the need to connect multiple cameras on these devices is even more important than on the smaller machines.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of potential for this technology, and thank you so much for sharing it. People want to find out more information. Where can they get that from?
So of course, in our website, RGoRobotics.ai, and also welcome to send us and connect directly to us with an email over info@RGoRobotics.ai.
Perfect. Amir, thank you so much. It was great talking to you.
Thank you. It was great.